The grand hall of the Zylothian palace shimmered with bioluminescent light, casting an ethereal glow over the gathered dignitaries from across the galaxy. Princess Lyranna of the Zylothian Empire stood at the center of the room, her iridescent scales reflecting the soft hues of the chamber. Her wedding to Prince Kaelor of the Draxian Dominion was supposed to be the event of the millennium, a union that would solidify an alliance between two of the most powerful empires in the galaxy. But fate, it seemed, had other plans. The ceremony was interrupted by the sudden arrival of a human, one Captain Elias Grant of the United Earth Federation. He was escorted into the hall by a contingent of Zylothian guards, his rugged features and simple Earth-made uniform a stark contrast to the opulence around him. The room fell silent as the High Oracle of Zyloth, an ancient being draped in flowing robes, stepped forward. "Princess Lyranna," the oracle intoned, her voice resonating with an otherworldly power. "The stars have spoken. The one destined to stand by your side is not Prince Kaelor, but this human, Captain Elias Grant." The announcement sent shockwaves through the assembly. Lyranna's heart raced as she stared at the human, her mind reeling. This was impossible. Humans were a fledgling species, barely capable of interstellar travel. How could one of them be her destined groom? Prince Kaelor, a towering figure with crimson scales and a voice like thunder, stepped forward, his claws flexing in anger. "This is an outrage. The human is unworthy. The alliance between our empires must not be jeopardized by some cosmic mistake." The oracle raised a hand, silencing him. "The stars do not make mistakes, Prince Kaelor. The bond between Princess Lyranna and Captain Grant has been foretold. It is written in the fabric of the universe itself." Lyranna's father, Emperor Zyloth, a regal figure with scales of deep blue, stepped forward. His voice was calm but carried the weight of authority. "If this is the will of the stars, then it shall be so. The wedding will proceed, but the groom shall be Captain Elias Grant." The human, who had been silent until now, finally spoke. "With all due respect, Your Majesty, I think there's been some kind of misunderstanding. I was just here to deliver a diplomatic message from Earth. I didn't sign up for this." Lyranna's gaze met his, and for a moment she saw something in his eyes, a spark of defiance, of resilience. It intrigued her. "Captain Grant," she said, her voice steady, "if the stars have chosen you, then you must have a role to play in the fate of our empire. Will you accept this responsibility?" Elias hesitated, glancing around the room. He was a soldier, not a diplomat, and certainly not a prince. But something about Lyranna's presence, her strength and grace, compelled him. I don't know the first thing about being a prince, or a groom for that matter. But if this is what's needed to keep the peace, then I'll do my best." The wedding ceremony was reconvened, though the atmosphere was tense. The Draxian delegation, led by Prince Kaelor, seethed with barely contained rage. As the vows were exchanged, Lyranna couldn't help but feel a strange sense of destiny. This human, so different from anyone she had ever known, was now her husband. The reception that followed was a surreal experience for Elias. He found himself surrounded by alien nobles, each more exotic and intimidating than the last. Lyranna stayed by his side, guiding him through the intricacies of Zylothian etiquette. Despite the awkwardness, there was a growing connection between them, a mutual curiosity and respect. As the night wore on, Prince Kaelor approached, his eyes burning with malice. "This farce will not stand, human. You may have stolen the princess, but you will not survive to enjoy your victory." Before Elias could respond, Lyranna stepped between them, her voice cold and commanding. Threaten my husband again, Kaelor, and you will find yourself at war with the Zylothian Empire. Choose your next words carefully." Kaelor snarled but retreated, his pride wounded. Elias looked at Lyranna with newfound admiration. "You didn't have to do that. I can handle myself." "I know," she replied with a small smile. "But you are my husband now. It is my duty to protect you, just as it is yours to protect me." In the weeks that followed, Elias and Lyranna worked to navigate their new life together. The Zylothian court was rife with intrigue, and many viewed Elias as an outsider, unworthy of the princess. But Lyranna stood by him, and together they began to forge a bond that transcended their differences. Elias brought a fresh perspective to the Zylothian Empire, advocating for stronger ties with Earth and other human colonies. His military experience proved invaluable in strengthening the Empire's defenses, and his straightforward manner earned him the respect of many Zylothian officers. However, the Draxian Dominion remained a threat. Prince Kaelor, humiliated and vengeful, began to rally support among the other alien empires, spreading rumors of Zylothian weakness and human interference. Tensions escalated, and it became clear that war was inevitable. One fateful day, the Draxian fleet launched a surprise attack on Zyloth Prime. The skies above the capital city were filled with enemy ships, their weapons raining destruction upon the planet. Elias and Lyranna led the defense, their bond as husband and wife giving them strength. In the heat of battle, Elias's human ingenuity proved decisive. He devised a strategy that exploited a weakness in the Draxian fleet's formation, turning the tide of the battle. Lyranna's Zylothian forces fought with unmatched ferocity, inspired by their princess and her human consort. As the last of the Draxian ships retreated, the Zylothian people cheered for their victory. Elias and Lyranna stood together on the palace balcony, overlooking the city they had saved. The stars above seemed to shine brighter, as if in approval of their union. In the aftermath of the war, the Zylothian Empire emerged stronger than ever. The alliance with Earth was solidified, and Elias was hailed as a hero. Lyranna's faith in the star's prophecy had been vindicated, and she found in Elias a partner who complemented her in every way. Their love story became legend, a tale of two beings from different worlds brought together by destiny. And as they ruled side by side, they proved that even the most unlikely unions could create something extraordinary. In the end, the stars had not made a mistake. They had brought together two souls who, against all odds, found love and strength in each other. And so, the alien princess and her human groom lived happily ever after, their legacy written in the stars for all eternity.